Hi, my name is Jacyszyn, and I'm a curious mind who wants to meet interesting people. That's why this show is called Whattaya Say with Anna J. So, should we go and meet somebody interesting? Well, hello again, and welcome to Whattaya Say with Anna J. I have a very special guest this month with my that I'm going to be talking to. Sorry, I get so excited when I have to think about it. So my guest today, she's the executive director of the Kelowna Art Gallery, originally from Montreal, but this boss babe with a gritty voice and a velvet attitude of kindness has weaved herself into the tapestry of Kelowna since 2010. So please welcome Nataley. Hi.
Hi, Anna. Nice to see you, and thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you for having me on your show. I love that. I'm so glad. You've been on my mind to have you on the show for such a long time, but our paths didn't cross. And then when I saw you the last time, I'm like, you're on. And then I sent you the text. So thank you for accommodating us here in this lovely month.
Yes.
It's still chilly, but it's good enough.
It is.
So let me ask you a little bit. Tell us plebeians, actually, what does an executive director actually mean in the scheme of things? Like, it's curating, tell me.
Well, I like to akin it to being the head cheerleader, or perhaps the conductor of a symphony orchestra.
That is beautifully well.
So, of course, a public art gallery requires a team, and my major responsibility is to assemble that team and to provide necessary funding in order to meet our ambitious programming goals.
Yeah.
I report to the volunteer board of directors, that's my boss, and then I work with 21 other staff, so big part of my job is HR, human resource management, and financial well-being and keeping the finances in place and fundraising.
That's a job in itself. I've been fortunate enough to sing at some of the fundraisers at the gallery, and it's always such a beautiful event. It's always classy, but yet there's that element of fun, because I think you're amongst beauty, and when you're amongst beauty, something inside of you happens. So
that's
anyway.
Right. And then we, in terms of the staffing and how we pick our exhibitions,
well, I was going to ask you about, like, how far in advance do you have to plan an exhibition? Because I'm a member of I get these lovely letters and notifications that these new exhibitions are coming. So how far in advance do you have to plan something?
So we plan, like 2024 is completely booked.
Right.
And 25 and 2026 are on our minds right now.
And so when did you start planning 2024 then? Probably,
in bits and bobs.
Before COVID.
Before COVID, absolutely. Or in some cases, it's a mix, because for some of the bigger shows, you need to have advanced booking, but we like to keep it flexible. So if an artist is doing something new, or there's a local artist that we could respond quickly and be able to kind of meet the contemporary of today.
Yeah.
So it's a balance between long-term planning and sort of short-term. What could we fill? Who's up and coming, and what could we do?
Oh, that's interesting.
As of today, we're planning 25, 26.
Oh, man.
And even our conversation this morning, we were talking about the 2025 exhibition opening in February. And I said, oh my gosh, you guys, we don't have a lot of time for that.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody understands that just like the beauty that's on the walls has value, not just for our souls, but you gotta pay the artists. What is it? Like, how do you decide what the public are interested in? Like, what is it? Like, for me, sometimes I think I can't ask the public what they want. I have to tell them what they want.
Right.
Is it a little bit about a little seesaw like that sometimes?
I think you're right, absolutely. One of our goals, of course, is to bring shows of national or international significance to the gallery that otherwise you might not be able to see. So our current Dempsey Bob exhibition, which ends on February the 18th,
I know,
is a borrowed exhibition that's a joint production with the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts, the McMichael Canadian Art Collection, and the O'Dane Museum in Whistler.
right.
And so that had a $50,000 price tag.
Ooh.
So we did special fundraising for that exhibition. And they vary. We pick according to, first of all, we like to see some local interest.
Of course.
You know, is it from the Okanagan, or is it something that people would have to drive to Vancouver or to Calgary to see?
Right.
So we consider ourselves both a local, for local professionals, but also a place to bring in work that you otherwise might not see. So we're bringing in a show from the Vancouver Art Gallery, stories that animate us. So that'll be about stories that animate people. So we try to find a connection with the Okanagan, but also a bigger picture.
Yeah. I have a few paintings that in our next segment I'm going to show you, and I would like you to kind of curate and just talk us through what you think is a good painting. And I'm not going to, throw anyone under the bus, because it's usually paintings that are from faraway lands, but I'm with Nataley, and we're going to be back in a minute for our second segment. She's going to show me what we're going to do with these paintings and why they're so beautiful or not. So I'm back with Nataley, and this time I've got a couple of paintings that I kind of want her to critique, and we're not throwing anyone under the bus. She's just going to tell me her art eye and what she thinks of these paintings, and just her thing. So Nataley, we'll go to this camera. So I've got this one. What is this?
Well, I see a face, and I like the collage, and it looks like there's a person with balloons in the air.
Oh.
And there's quite a bit of different activity going on, different paint textures, some colors. It's very cheerful. I think one of the things I always advise people when they're looking at art or thinking of buying art is to buy what you like.
Yes.
What can you live with? And I could certainly live with this. And I think it's really important that people don't get caught up in what's valuable and what's not. Yeah. But actually thinking about it on your wall that you have to
that's what I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for each one. and there's some cheaper ones. There's one that's a gift, and one was really expensive. So I'm not going to tell you which one, but I just wanted to so this is in my living room right now because of the colors. Yes. But I again liked the double faces and how it's cut with texture and paint. So that drew me to it. And then there's a little bit of blue with,
which I love that. It picks it up, and the little pinks here are a little.
Oh, see, you just noticed that. All right, so that's one. Now, I realized that when buying paintings, I have a little affinity without knowing about trees. Well, and I like dense forests, obviously.
It's quite obvious.
Yes.
So this is a dense forest, which actually has relief on it. It's a little more relieved than the one we saw previously.
Yes.
The colors are very dense foresty, and it's a lovely painting. Again, what's your sentimental attachment to it? That's the other part.
The sentimental attachment was it was called the Love Binding Trees.
Oh.
And I just realized I didn't dust up here. And it was called the Marriage Tree. Oh. And it was somebody had painted it for us for our wedding.
For you and Andrew.
And I was like, I'm obsessed with this because it's called the Marriage Tree. So that's why
it's in your bedroom.
It is.
Yeah,
it's
that's
in our
a good
bedroom.
spot for a marriage tree. It's beautiful.
Exactly.
All right. What a lovely gift! A gift of art. That's always a good thing to give people.
This is another one. I'm going to just hide the painting.
Well, I think I recognize the painter. I love the red barn.
Yeah.
And of course the beautiful trees in fall colors.
Yeah.
And it's a very soothing, relaxing picture to look at, don't you think? It makes you think I might be out in that barn or walking around the forest.
Yeah, I thought the same. And it is a local artist who's now moved away back to the States. She lived here for a while, but she then had to move with her husband back to the States. And I found it, again, what you said, soothing. And then I realized as I'm putting all my paintings up I like trees.
I have trees. What are the...
And speaking of trees,
Well,
I've got
that's a
one
beautiful
more.
painting as well. Is it a painting or
It is. Well, it's a print from a painting.
Okay.
So, and this is another local artist.
Wow.
And she's very meticulous.
Very detailed, and again, a lot of use of different color.
Yeah.
To print that would have been an interesting challenge.
Unless, yeah, I think it is a print. Yeah, it's a.
And again, another little tip is, nicely framed.
Yes.
And this has a nice mat, and of course, you want things to have acid-free mats to protect your work.
Right.
And you don't want to put works on paper in strong light.
No, yes.
So they will fade.
Thank you for that. That's a great tip.
So
any other tips that you have about framing? Because I have to say, framing is very expensive, and you do it wrong, you live with it forever because it's very...
It is very expensive. If you want to use all the archival, like this is beautifully framed. I would say that, again, photographs, works on paper, no direct light.
Yeah.
They will fade. Paintings have a little more...
give.
Oomph, yeah, a little more give, but that, and then, the other piece that happens at the Kelowna Art Gallery that's super important, that all the museums really have to do is no extreme heat or cold. So basically, we keep the temperature and the humidity of the gallery at 50% at all times.
And we saves on the bills.
We actually monitor them with a hydrothermograph to make sure that it doesn't go up or down by 2 to 5%.
Oh, see, that's a great point.
That's really what affects art, is extreme heat or cold.
Okay.
So if you can keep it all at the same temperature, your conservation ability is much higher.
Well,
no direct light.
This one is from my sister Elizabeth Bologna, who is a local artist. So I wanted to put it the last one.
How fantastic!
I have been obsessed with her paintings all the time.
She's got the glare-free glass on that too.
And she told me that because she asked me exactly where I wanted to have it.
Right.
So she made sure. We're going to be back in a minute, and we're going to ask those questions to really dig deep into Nataley's psyche. So I'm going to see you in a minute now that we know a little bit more about art and paintings. See you then. So now that we've curated pieces of art and we've asked Nataley about her life at the museum, I actually want to get deeper into who is Nataley and get to know her soul. So I've got a list of 15 questions that I'm going to ask her. Are you ready to be probed in the soul?
I am, Emma. You can do that so well.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Best sandwich.
BLT.
Oh, thank you.
With real tomatoes.
With real tomatoes, yes, especially in the summer. What's one thing that you own that you really should throw out?
An old coat.
Yeah, but you love it and it's cozy.
Yes, and I think I should give it away.
I know.
Don't throw out.
I keep doing that. I'm a hoarder. What is the scariest animal?
Oh, I love animals.
But the scariest one. The one that
maybe
you're
a
like,
hippopotamus.
Yeah.
They'll take a chunk out of you. If
Oh
you get
yeah.
too close.
I've only seen one from a distance.
Too. Hippopotamus.
Apples or oranges?
Apples.
Good Kelowna girl.
That's
Well,
right.
you are now.
Yes, I am.
Have you ever asked someone for their autograph?
I have.
Who?
Mick Jagger.
No.
Yes.
When?
At
Where?
the Montreal Olympics in 1976. He was watching the fencing, and I was watching the fencing.
Yeah, and you're watching him.
Yeah, exactly.
Side note, Nataley was also a fencing champion in university, and so she chose art over sport. So thank you for coming into the Arctics.
Thank you.
Favorite action movie?
Oh my goodness, favorite action movie. I'm not a big action movie person.
Okay.
Currently, one of my favorite movies would be The Power of the Dog.
Oh, I don't know that one. I'd have to look at that. I know the pie, but okay. What do you think happens when we die?
I think we just sparkle in the universe and leave behind all the love that we gave to all of our friends and family as a beautiful memory.
You see?
And they never really leave us, do they? They just are stars in the sky.
That's true. I miss my mom all the time, and I keep having little references. Oh, so you could become a star in the sky. See,
yeah, there's
told you
stars
why
watching over us.
you had a velvet heart.
I am a dime collector. So do you know when you see a dime or there's a dime, that means a soul is looking after you or looking out for you. So I regularly pick up dimes off the street if I see them, and I also keep all my dimes in a dime jar. And when I need an energizer, I put my hands in the dime jar, and I think of all the friends that have moved on to a star.
Oh, see, we learn so much. I'm learning so much about you. Now, you get one song to listen to for the rest of your life. What is it?
Oh, you know what I really like now? I like that Paul, what's that? The little booty thing?
That little booty thing.
But
Paul.
you know the song that
and you're gonna listen to it for the rest of your life?
The Barbie song.
Oh.
You know who I mean? Billie Eilish.
Yeah, Billie Eilish. Oh.
That is a very pretty song.
That is a very pretty song. It's quite inspirational too.
I found it. I haven't listened to it a lot, but when I hear it.
But you have to listen to it for the rest of your life now, so.
But there's lots of songs we listen to for the rest of our life.
But I asked you for one.
Okay. Well, that could be a little tedious.
Yeah. What is your favorite smell?
I like lemon.
That's a very good answer. Least favorite smell?
Gas.
Oh, see, I love the smell of gas. Oh, you
gas.
mean gas? Oh, okay. I thought you meant
gas.
petrol, like.
No.
Because whenever I put my petrol in my car, I'm like, oh, I love that smell. Yeah. Flat or sparkling?
Sparkling.
Good. Most used app on your phone?
Probably Instagram or Facebook.
Probably
like one of the socials.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Describe the rest of your life in 5 words.
Kind, generous, happy, good health.
Ah, perfect. Kind, happy, gentle, good health. What number am I thinking of now?
18.
Oh, 17. Isn't that crazy? You're the first one that even got close. Do you think that Kelowna needs a new performing arts center?
Absolutely, I do.
You do?
Absolutely.
I think
ours is 50 years old. And it's
60, actually. I know.
See, we're not even giving the right
So you just gave it a little Botox.
Yeah. We do, and you know, I would also say that our museum is 50 years old as well.
Yeah, but it still looks so beautiful. It's not dated. It's
not
like
the same as the theater.
It's like a Lloyd Wright
brutalist building.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Thanks for having me in your beautiful set.
Oh, wow. So that's it for today. What do you say with Anna J? Thank you, my guest, Nataley Naj. And we'll see you next time. My name is Anna Jacyszyn. Take care.